Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Compilation coming to you with yet another Short Games compilation. This is going to be a game between HeroMarine and uThermal, starting on Vonnie Research Station. If this is your first professional Short Games compilation, I just grabbed a few short games from Nation Wars. I'm not entirely sure that they are cheese because I haven't watched them before. All I know is that they are very, very short. So let's get right on into it. In the bottom side of Vonnie Research Station, we have the red Terran player. It is HeroMarine from Mousy Sports. And then on the top side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Liquid Thermi, also known as uThermal from Team Liquid. Looks like we got a proxy barracks coming up from Liquid Thermi. Yes, this is why we watch this stuff. For those of you who wanted a cheese compilation on only pro games, I could maybe pull that off if I had somebody go through all of the games from Nation Wars, all of the games from, IEM 11, all of the games from every tournament that I've ever cast from, and maybe pull together a bunch. But you know what? Short games, even if they're not necessarily cheesy, are very entertaining as well and shows you how to deal with short game strategies. I don't know who wins or loses these games, so sometimes they'll be successful, sometimes they will not. But we're going to start with the TVT, which again seemed to be a very standard matchup for cheese for whatever reason. Where the earth is my production tab? My production tab was gone. Oh man, it is a 3 Rax Reaper in TVT out of Liquid Thermi. Holy smokes. That's going to be really good. Is HeroMarine going for a Reaper of his own? I don't know. He is. He absolutely is. All right, so we need a Reaper name. Oh man, Reaper name here is going to be Captain Cookie. Captain Cookie, after forgetting to build a missile turrets in his mineral line, he was wrecked by Mutas or Phoenix or Banshees. And the SWU, Space Workers Union, sued him for $100 million. Knowing he could not win the case, he fled and became a bandit, being a long-lost descendant of Cookie Monster cookies, were his favorite thing to steal. And as we know, as this Reaper comes in from Liquid Thermal, holy shimoli, no Protoss make the best cookies. Is this against Protoss? Either way, he got sent into the Reaper program, and here he is. So this is going to be, holy crap, Captain Cookie here, single Reaper, trying to hold off against a Reaper group. A Reaper group here, his name are the Powerpuff Boys. Powerpuff Boys are in here taking KD8 charges all over the place. Oh, Captain Cookie is dead. Captain Cookie has been murdered. Powerpuff Boys continuing to go at it here. Additional Powerpuff Boys showing up. Hellion on the way. Replacement Reaper on the way for HeroMarine. I just don't know if it's going to be enough here. Hellion is trying to roast him up, getting knocked back by that KD8 charge and pulling back a little bit, losing one. Losing one of the Powerpuff Boys, but more and more reinforcements coming in all of the time. Hellion is down. All that's left here are SCVs. SCVs are falling like clockwork right now. So many dead workers at this point in time. 10 dead SCVs. It's only 13 workers for both players. Again, keep in mind, but that's it. HeroMarine with a good game. HeroMarine is defeated by uThermal's 3 Rax Reaper. Again, the procs of 3 Rax right here, not liable to be scouted. Can hop up very easily in this area on this map, and HeroMarine just couldn't hold it off. There's a bunker coming up too from uThermal. Oh. All right, so that's game 1. That was a good one. Let's move into game number 2. Number 2 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans. This is game 2 of the Short Games compilation. This is going to be between NoRegret and Puck on Echo, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Puck from Root Gaming. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is NoRegret, apparently from Nerdist. All right, so again, I just want to clarify, this is not a game of cheese. I'm not calling it a cheese compilation because it's just a collection of short games. Whether that's a 1-base all-in, whether that's a 2-base all-in, whether it's just an early Ling attack that does more damage than it should for Zerg, that counts. That totally counts. I just figured, you know, I cast mostly longer games, 15 to 20, 25 minutes or so. And you might get the wrong idea from watching my cast that StarCraft is all about the longer games. They always go to that stage, and they just don't. It's usually a collection of back and forth matches where the first match, the first battle, could be what decides it. It can be over in 2 minutes, easily. For example, NoRegret could do a proxy hatch over here, right next to Puck's natural base. Not in range where Puck can see it, mind you. Although Puck is very suspicious, considering he doesn't see a hatchery at the natural base location. He didn't see a pool when he first came in there to the main base of NoRegret. So he says, there is a proxy somewhere. Where is it? Where is this thing? Does he see it? He doesn't see it, but he's preparing. He's walling off. Double gateway opening. Smart move there. Still going for the Nexus. Ooh, I don't know if he still wants to go for the Nexus. He might need one base to live. Might need one base to live here, but we'll have to hold off. We'll have to hold off on that one. He scouts it. Okay, so he does see the hatchery coming up. I think it's too far along for him to kill it using probes, and I'm not sure he wants to anyway. It's not inside his base. It's not like it's a huge threat. There are some drones coming out here. This is going to be proxy hatch with spine crawlers and spore crawlers pushing up here towards Puck's base. Now the question is, how does Puck respond to this, right? That's the other reason for this, is to see how pros respond to early cheese and early attacks. Because if you watch most of my casts, you don't know. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 spine crawlers coming up here at this forward hatchery. Queen on the way as well. Double Zealot. One being chrono boost out for Puck. Lings coming on in, hatching right outside the front door, so they're here in 2 seconds. That is a short commute for these Lings, although the term commute implies they're going to go back home at some point, which is just not true. They are going to die here. Slow Lings coming into this mineral line. 2 Lings, not much of a threat, as we can see here. Okay, one probe dies, but that's it. Right? 2 Lings, not much of a threat whatsoever. Zealots coming up, trying to do something, but Queen and 3 spine crawlers. Nope. Not going to take that down with 2 Zealots, maybe 4, possibly with 4, but here we go. Burrowing the spine crawlers on this low ground just outside the natural base of Puck. The Overlord is providing vision. Queen trying to stab away at the same time. Sentry coming on up. Spine crawler 1, 2, and 3 are rooted, going after this one gateway that is close enough for them to kill. Lings moving across the map from the main base at the same time. Do we have enough for speed? Yep, speed is on the way, but all workers have been pulled off gas. This is an all-in for sure out of NoRegret. Lings getting right on in here, going after the single pylon that is powering both this gateway and the cybernetics core. But no, the Zealots can handle this, maybe? Can they get the Lings? No, not enough. Not enough to get the Lings before they kill the pylon. Oh no, that sentry was like 99% warped in there, or constructed out of that gateway. The creep spread is creeping into Puck's base. Here we have spine crawlers moving their way in here as well. A bunch of Lings. This is not looking good. Not looking good for our Protoss player. He's getting a Stargate, but the Queens are just so good against anti-air, and is actually throwing up the Stargate over there. Proxy Stargating it, or Ninja Stargating it. I just don't know if we're going to get there is the problem. We have a wall. Zealot's trying to hold this line at the front. There are a bunch of Speedlings, and they are starting to get through. Can the Lings get out of there? They're trying to get out of the range of the Photon Overcharge. 2 of them get out of that range, but this natural base is a complete disaster right now for Puck. He's losing the cybernetics core. He's going to lose his natural as well. Photon Overcharge trying to keep Puck alive at this point, losing the gateway that was depowered anyway, unpowered anyway, and here we go. We got Lings at the front. We got Queens stabbing away as well. Actually, that Queen is not attacking anything and holding positions so that these Lings can't get through. Do the Lings in the back want to help? They want to help. This is a lot of dead stuff. 9 kills for that pylon, 4 kills for this mothership core. NoRegret is just brute forcing it right now. Trying to get through here on the strength of Lings, on the strength of Queens. There we go. Finally, letting the rest of the Lings in here to attack everything they possibly can. Oracle moving on out to try to basically going to lay waste to this entire mineral line. Run, drones. They are running. They are running for their lives right now. That is for sure. Creep covered Nexus going to die. Absolutely for sure. Lings, Photon Overcharge, Zealots, spine crawlers. It is just a Zerg overrun right now inside Puck's base. Can he hold on is the question of the day. Spore crawlers up to defend against this Oracle, and the drones can mine in safety for the time being. Again, mothership core trying to attack while avoid the slowly moving Queens. It's almost like a zombie film where they're slow zombies, right? The zombies are slowly chasing after you. Mothership core is up to 9 kills. She's done her best. She's done her best for her Protoss brethren, but it's just not going to be enough here. Queens are hitting her now. Forced to pull back. Forced to pull back. Every single one of these pros is absolutely going to die. There are 12 remaining, though, and actually having them stack up like this is kind of working. Trying to use Pulsar Beam on these Queens. One Queen transfused. Transfused. The other transfused. Holy clutch transfuses Batman. Oh, and the Oracle ends up falling. Mothership core dies as well, and that's it. A good game out of Puck. Puck is defeated. NoRegret is victorious with his little proxy hatchery shenanigans there. Absolutely beautifully well played. I think we saw that in the last Short Games compilation, which you haven't watched. You should watch it because it was pretty good stuff. All right, so that taught us one thing, that you can do this against Protoss. Throw down a hatch, bring down some drones, get some spine crawlers, make some lings, get a couple queens, and then push. Push, 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 push. And you'll have a good chance of winning. So that was a good one. All right, we'll be back with game number 3 in just a second. Game number 3 of the Short Games compilation will be between Nerchio and yet another mysterious Barcode player here on Vani Research Station. In the bottom side of Vani Research Station, we have the red Zerg player. It is Nerchio. And in the top side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Barcode. Again, could be any professional player across the entire world, as this is Nation Wars. Why would you choose Barcode? All right, we're going to stop focusing on that. All right, again, Short Games compilation. Short Games, not necessarily cheese, though so far we've had some cheese. I assume 3-Rax Reaper and Proxy Hatch into Spinecrawler is definitely cheese, in that if it doesn't work out, you're just going to straight up die. Although 3-Rax Reaper you can come back from if you don't win right away, so I don't know if that counts. Based on my definition, we have Extractor first from Nerchio into Pool, which again is not too weird, because again, 3-Rax Reaper is a reality. It is something you have to worry about as Zerg. As I lost to it, I actually lost to a 3-Rax Reaper last week. I was doing a ladder run, and I tell you, the second game I played got absolutely 3-Rax Reapered hard. Some dude was like, hey, what up? You the caster? And I'm like, yeah, I am. No response. And then suddenly 3-Rax Reaper. His APM was over 300, and I was like, I'm Platinum. How on earth am I getting matched up against somebody with 300 APM? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Anyway, hatch coming up here for the Nerchio. And it's not one basing it, because I think one base is pretty much impossible for Zerg and Legacy of the Void. You just have too many workers too fast. And your hatchery doesn't have enough larva lava production. Dang, English is hard. Production to keep up. So Roachworn coming in. This could be a little 2-base Roach play. What is it? A 17 worker. Was Railgun? Did Railgun come up with something like this? I'm not saying that Nerchio is using a build that Railgun came up with, but it is possible. As he has stopped drone production, he's getting a couple lings. He's got a Roachworn on the way. He's got a second hatch. He's going to queen that one up, and I think he's going to push with roaches and lings here fast. Now, here's a Reaper. Let's hope to high heaven that he doesn't actually happen to have a super long Reaper name, but I fear that he does. I sincerely fear that he does. And yep, he does. This is Darth Drone Bane. Drone Bane has returned from the grave thanks to the Death Heads. Once he has fallen in battle, Drone Bane thought it was over, and his honor was lost, but the Death Heads had found what little was left of his corpse. They stabilized him and brought him back to base, where they made him into a cyborg. Dun, 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 dun. Now forever in their debt, Drone Bane will fight in the name of the Death Heads and hopefully restore his lost honor. So he saw what was up. Drone Bane came in here, said, oh crap, there's a Roachworn, there's lings, there are roaches moving on out with crazy, crazy horns on their heads. How do you defend against this is the question. I'm going to assume tanks, although he's making Hellions. I don't know. Barcode, I'm not sure if Hellions is how you want to deal with this thing. Roaches are on their way. He's droning up a little bit beyond this, right? A little tiny bit beyond this. As lings running around free inside the main base. Actually, are they killing stuff? No, they are not killing stuff. They're being annoying, but they are not killing anything. As it turns out, more Hellions coming on up. Starport Answer, Banshee, really good against Roachling early. As it turns out, neither of them can really shoot up. Ah, it's a Ravager Morph. All right, so Ravager Morph coming in. Reaper. Reaper Hellion, trying to kill those eggs. No, good luck. Good luck with that. Here we go. Moving up this ramp. KD8 charge blowing everyone. All of them Zerg units back. Losing a Hellion in the process, though. Trying to get rid of that reactor, as it is the lowest HP thing and most important thing to kill for Nerchio right now. And does he get it? He's gonna get it. He gets the reactor. There's a Cyclone coming up, but I don't know if it really matters right now. There are roaches, there are Ravagers sitting inside here, and this Ravager cocoon is gonna pop. It's down to 12 hit points, and it does pop. Does pop. Surprise! Another Ravager. So hard to kill. So hard to kill for Terran are Ravagers. They're not armored. They're not light. They're just regular type. They have more range than roaches. They have this corrosive bile ability that roaches don't have. It's just you'd rather see like 8 roaches than like 4 Ravagers, I feel like. Cyclone comes in, immediately dies. I think we lost a roach there, though. We lost a roach, and that's it. A good game from Barcode. Barcode is defeated, and Nerchio is victorious. Yeah, I mean, that's something you can do, Zerg players. You don't see it a lot on my channel, because, again, it leads to 4-minute games. But you can win. You can win. Stop about 17 workers. Keep that gas income coming, send some roaches and some lings up, make them into Ravagers as you can, and waltz right in and start murdering things. Hard to stop for Terran. I imagine tanks would be somewhat useful here. I mean, possibly maybe going for a 1-base opening instead of a 2 would help as well. But regardless, that is a win for Nerchio. So let's go back and take a break, and we'll be back with game number 4 in just a second. Game number 4 is going to be between Innovation and Kelzer, also on Vani Research Station. Turns out this is a cheesy map, you guys. In the bottom side of Vani Research Station, we have the blue Terran player. It is Innovation. And in the top side of this map, we have the red Terran player. It is Kelzer. Kelzer, being from Root Gaming, last time I checked. I think Innovation lost his team when, like, Kespa teams disbanded late last year. Anyway, here we go. Heading south is an SCV, either to scout or for shenaniganry. Probably for shenaniganry, considering this is part of our short games compilation. All right, where are you going, man? Where are you going, SCV? We're going to follow you. We're going to follow you. And again, I'm using new editing software, so if you see any blurriness, if the quality seems lower than you're expecting from Falcon Paladin, please let me know in the comments. I'm trying to keep the quality up there and get rid of the blurriness. The blurriness was entirely due to the YouTube editor, which makes me mad. I've been using it for a long time. I don't know why it started doing this, but I can't fix it. YouTube said they're doing whatever, but to try something else in the meantime. Anyway, it is a proxy barracks here for Kelzer, sitting right in the natural base of Innovation. Although, I guess the natural could be back here in this very safe location. Regardless, I don't think Innovation is going to scout this thing. So Kelzer going for the crazy double... Interesting. Double refinery. I suppose, do you need double refinery to pump out triple racks? Reaper? I assume you do. I'm going to make a strong assumption that you do, in fact, need that. So you know what? Let's get these list names ready. Shall we real fast? Shall we real fast? All right, so we got a Reaper group name ready to go. We have a Reaper name. We're ready to move as well. It is... Actually, it's a factory, so this is a proxy 111 build. This is something Beyond does that Kelzer is trying out here. Again, I don't know who invented it. I'm not clarifying or not trying to claim that anybody is the first one to do this. But it's a 111 build with the proxy. So let's take a look at this Reaper that Innovation is building and name him. His name is the Warden. No one knows why the Warden hunts. He takes no pay. He says nothing, and he just seems to appear on the battlefield to aid the Terran in their fight. Even when... Let's see... Simply appears in another place. Even when he seems to die, he simply appears in another place on some random world. But what is known is that he is out there for blood, whether it be Protoss, Erg, or Terran. He is no man. He is the Warden. He came back home for a reason. What did he see that he was worried about? I don't know, but it is Cyclones, it is Marines for Kelzer right outside this front door. Walling off with supply depots is Innovation, and immediately making another Reaper. Is he Reaper grouping this thing? Whatever. The Warden's moving out. We're going to call it that. The Warden and his buddy are moving out to try to kill everything that Kelzer has. Kelzer really has nothing to defend against this, which is a problem. So it's going to turn into a base race. And considering the fact that Cyclones can shoot up and Reapers cannot, I'd put my money on Kelzer in that situation, except for the very scientific fact that Innovation is scary. So here we go. Pushing up with the Cyclones and just walking on through here. Killing supply depots so quickly. Man, Cyclone DPS is nuts. Another supply depot, immediately supply blocking Innovation, and then supply blocking him further. Banshee coming in for Innovation. That will be useful here. SCVs fighting with a single Cyclone of their own. Losing SCVs here. Are the Reapers coming back home? The Reapers are coming back home to assist with this defense. And SCVs are actually pretty good at fighting here, as it turns out, but more Cyclones coming in from Kelzer. Innovation needs that Banshee and needs it now. Not supply blocked anymore because kept losing stuff. I'd recommend killing that starport, Kelzer. I would, but killing the SCVs on the gas is pretty good here as well. Kitty charge knocking Kelzer's Marine back. SCV's getting a full surround here, but is it going to be enough? They do manage with the Banshee assistance that just popped out to kill one of the Cyclones. Another Cyclone ends up falling. That Cyclone has 6 kills. The Banshee will murder him, but oh my gosh, look at this. It is 4-24 total harvesters. Kelzer has a massive lead. An absolutely massive lead. Lock-on ability being used on this Banshee Marine. Banshee trying to stop this from happening. And they do get a cancel on that lock-on. Innovation is just down 22 SCVs. He had to fight with workers. He had no choice in that situation. Absolutely none. Kelzer trying to come up. He's got 2 more Cyclones on the way. It turns out if you have 26 workers and your opponent has 5, you can make more stuff than they can. That is another scientific fact from Falcon Paladin. So 2 Cyclones and a Marine trying to come up here, using this barracks to scout the high ground and take down the supply depot on the high ground. Kabloop. Not supply blocking Innovation because he's only at 18 supply, which is not a great feeling. as it turns out. So here we go. Barracks just scouting on in, and that's it. A good game for Innovation. Innovation is defeated, and Kelzer is victorious. Yeah, turns out, this little proxy cyclone thing is good. Terran players, perhaps try that in your next TVT and let me know how it goes. All right. Okay, so that's it. That is it for game number 4. Let's move into game number 5 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to Falcon Paladin's Short Games compilation. This is game 5. It is going to be between RuinBlaster and Elazer here on Echo, the latter edition. So Echo and Vonnie Research Station, huh? These are the maps for the cheese. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Elazer. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is RuinBlaster from True Esport. Can't tell what country he's from. Tried looking him up, couldn't figure it out. And Elazer himself is from Poland, but currently teamless. So who's going to be the cheeser here? Could just be a standard 3 racks opener. 3 racks Reaper, could be some early Ling stuff out of Elazer. Could be that Ravager thing we saw Nerchio do previously. But as it stands, nothing too weird. Nothing too weird going on. There's the extractor. We're going to extractor pool out of Elazer. The barracks is safely inside his own main base for RuinBlaster. Pretty good name, RuinBlaster. I like it a lot. Extractor pool now beginning for Elazer here as well. And Echo, really just a fun map overall. A lot of places to expand, a lot of places to fight, a lot of stuff to knock down here as well. No Zelnaga watchtowers or gold bases on this map, so pretty standard stuff as it turns out. So RuinBlaster likely going to open up Reaper Expand at this point. It is Extractor Pool Hatch out of Elazer, allowing him to get those Lings and Queens out more quickly, which is super useful against early stuff like 3 racks Reaper. Doesn't really make a difference against just standard Reaper Expand as we're seeing here, but nonetheless, it's all good. This Reaper's name is the Body Snatcher. From afar, he looks like any other Reaper, but up close, he is anything but. This thing is covered in a strange carapace that looks like metal. From where his jetpacks would be, there are 2 massive wings in the shape constantly spewing fire to allow it to float. Where there would be hands are pistols. Oh wait, where there would be hands and pistols, there are only pistol-shaped class acid spines. Where his head is, there are strange insect-like pincers poking out of his mask. Where his eyes are, there are only black sockets. There is no Reaper. This is an abomination. Holy smokes, this is a scary dude. Scary dude, the Body Snatcher. Moving on down south to see what is up with Elazer. The answer is roaches. Roaches are already on the way for Elazer. He's got 2 slow Lings heading up north as well. Going to try to knock down that expansion command center. And yep, he knows. He saw the late timing on that hatch and said, crap, there's Lings coming. Go back home, save the SCV. SCV forced to be pulled off this command center, trying to save his own life. And Body Snatcher cares a lot about his fellow Terrans for someone who's named the Body Snatcher. Marine coming on, and there we go. Reaper, Body Snatcher going to kill these Lings to allow the command center to finish. And there we go. More drones coming in for Elazer, but moving on out. Ravagers and Roaches. Just another standard little Roach Ravager push coming in from Elazer. A RuinBlaster finishing up that natural base. He's got some Hellions coming in. It's just Hellions aren't good against Roaches or against Ravagers, you guys. They really are not. Alright, so here we go. Moving moving on up. He knows what's coming. RuinBlaster is moving his command center back inside his main base, throwing up a bunker as well, just praying to whatever god he prays to that he can survive the next couple minutes. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Don't know if it's going to happen. Corrosive Biles landing again, killing that reactor on the factory, disallowing the production of double Cyclone, double Hellion. SCV's trying to repair, but Supply Depot is still alive. How is it still alive? All the SCVs are dying, though. They're sacrificing their lives to keep the Zerg horde out. They will get names on the memorial wall for sure. All right, they're in. The Zerg is in here. Going to Corrosive Biles landing on this bunker, trying to hold with Marauders inside the bunker. That's a great idea. I actually like that. And Elazer's forced to go home. Look at that. Would you look at that? Elazer is triple extractoring behind this. Nope, still pushing in. Elazer's not going home. Corrosive Bile desperately trying to get that bunker. At the very least, forcing SCVs off the line to repair it is really cutting into RuinBlaster's income right now, which is exactly what Elazer needs to do, because he is kind of all-inning a little bit at this point. Although, you know what? He's at 38 to 20 Harvesters. He's fine. He's fine, I lied. He's not bringing as many Ravagers as Nerchio did in that previous game, so that's why he is able to continue macroing here on back home. Nidus Network coming in. Oh no! The Nidus follow-up out of Elazer. Oh, you're so mean. I'm going to guess this area. Right here will be a Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm retirement home in just a second. Why a retirement home? Why did I choose that? Nidus Worm, like Spring Break Beach? That seems to make more sense. Cloaking Field coming in for Banshee, though. Cloak Banshee could be really good against this. He has a lair, though. Elazer has a lair. He can make an Overseer as soon as he needs to. And there it is. Nidus Network complete. We're not all going inside. What about you? There you go. Everyone's going inside now. Roaches, Ravagers. Nidus Worm popping on up. RuinBlaster has no idea. Oh, he can see it. How could he see that? That's crazy. All right, here we go. Get yourself ready. Try to kill that Nidus Worm before everything comes out of it. And no, they don't get it. Are their transfuses going down? The Nidus Worm does finally fall. But there are so many Roaches and Ravagers and Queens inside this main base right now. Bunker under construction and a lot of trouble. Cloak Banshee is here. Cloak Banshee is shooting. Does the Elazer notice it? Is the question right now. Double Cloak Banshee. Overseer immediately morphing into position. These Queens need to stay alive is the problem. And they don't. And they don't stay alive. But there are enough Lings and Roaches and Ravagers to kill every single one of these SCVs inside the main base that RuinBlaster has. More Queens popping out of yet another Nidus Worm, though. And they're taking down the Banshees like there's nothing. And that is it. A good game out of RuinBlaster. RuinBlaster is defeated. And Elazer is victorious. Wow. All right. So this one a little bit different from what we saw from Nerchio. He implemented the Nidus Network play, which was fun. I do love Nidus Worm so much. As you can tell, the intro sound for my casts is the Nidus eruption roaring sound. But all right, good one. So what we need to find is one where Terran player holds something like this, because it's looking pretty bad for Terran if this is the opening that can just kill them every time. But I doubt it is. I doubt that it is, or we'd see it a lot more. All right, so we'll move. We'll wrap up game number 5, move into game number 6 here in just a second. Game number 6 of the Short Games compilation will be between Special and Nerchio here on Whirlwind, the latter edition. Hey, a big map. In the top left side of the map, we have the mysterious Terran player Special, sporting blue. Seriously, spent like 20 minutes on Wikipedia trying to find this dude, have no idea who he is or what nation he plays for. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Nerchio from Poland. All right, so ZVT here. We'll see. I mean, so far, Zergs have gotten kind of the better of Terran in these matches. Apparently, Terran in their arsenal have 3 Rax Reaper, which is really hard for Zerg to hold off. And on the other hand, Zerg has that crazy Roach Ravager Ling, like 4-minute push thing off of 2 bases, which is super good too. And can be augmented with Nidus Worms, of all things, of all things. So Extractor Pool here from Nerchio. Standard barracks high ground stuff here out of Special. Looks like we'll have another Reaper to name, entirely possibly. Again, this is Whirlwind. It's a huge 4-player map. 1, 2, 3, 4-player map for everybody that is here watching today. And it's just, I don't know, cheese is hard. It is hard to pull off if you don't know where your opponent is, and neither player is actually scouting. Nerchio's expanding. There we go. Another player sending a worker out anywhere to find anything. Okay, I guess a Sloverlord is moving across the bottom right corner of this map. Nerchio will know the Special is not here at some point, which I guess is moderately useful to him. Let's see how he does. Worker counts at 17. Let's see if he keeps that going. He's going to go up to 18 at the very least. And there's the Roachwarren. Okay, so he's back down again. Yep, that makes sense. Roachwarren coming in. Got to start some Queens here as soon as he has enough minerals to do it. And he's close to having enough expansion coming in from Special. And Reaper on the way. This Reaper's name is Deadshot. Deadshot is a mercenary Reaper who goes from world to world, slaying Zerg and Protoss alike. For a small fee, of course. But what is not known about this Reaper is that he was once the Death Heads leader known as Darth Drone Bane, Lord of 88 charges. What? He's back! Dude's back. He has more lives than Cat. So, let's see, who is this guy? Deadshot. Deadshot is moving out across the map, across the top to the top right side to where Nerchio is not present. He is not there. As it turns out, he'll be very disappointed to know that is the case. Ling's heading the same location as well. Are we actually going to accidentally cross here? Accidentally, these slow Lings might get picked off. Will it? No, they just miss each other. They just miss each other there. That was good. That was really good. All right, so Reaper now heading to the exact wrong location again. To the bottom right. And Lings, where are they going now is the question of the day. I don't know. I don't actually know. So Special, moving on up. Going to throw it out this reactor opening. Barracks for the Marine player. And Starport coming up as well for Special. So here we go. This is it. This is the Nerchio thing. Moving up with Roaches. He'll turn them into Ravagers. Maybe bring some Lings along as well. We got Deadshot. How Deadshot, can he make stuff happen while all the army is away is the question. And only it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes is just late to show up. Yeah, he's patrolling. He has basically resigned himself to patrolling outside of Nerchio's natural base and hoping some Lings, slow Lings, preferably, come this way and so he can kill them. Ah, Hellions say, what up? There's Roaches right outside our front door. What is this garbage? And they head all the way back inside the main. The SCV desperately in a race for time to get inside the main as well. No, left outside! Oh no, Crossbow's landing again, getting that reactor a big, big thing for Nerchio. Alright, got Marine. Got a couple Hellions. Got Deadshot. Deadshot takes down... Ooh, takes down a Ling. Gets shot in the face by a Ravager. That's not good. He dead. He dead now. And here we go. Marching right on in. Roaches. Ravagers thrown down Corrosive Biles. Again, hard to hit moving targets, though. Cyclone takes out the 2 Roaches pretty much on his own there. I mean, the SCVs helps, I guess. Oh, Corrosive Bile catching a Hellion. You will not see that every day of the week. That's for sure. Cyclone is dead. Ravagers are just so good. So good right now. Oh my gosh, in ZVT early game. Goodbye, Supply Depot. I mean, they're not as great in the mid-game, but man, for the first 5 minutes here or so, they are absolutely insanely great. Banshee is showing up. Banshee against Ravager. Pretty good. Pretty good hold. If you ask me, one Ravager gonna die. And actually, no, because... Okay, they're both gonna die now. Ready? 1, 2. Nice. Nice job, Banshee. So managed to hold it. Managed to hold that there. It's 24 to 35 Harvesters. Nerchio has been droning up behind that. Tossing up Spore Crawlers. Well, Spore Crawler in his mineral line at the natural base, assuming the Banshee is coming for a vengeance. But more Roaches moving up across the map, more Lings at the same time. Special is only down about 9 workers, which is not where you want to be. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think this is great for him. But is... Oh, nope, that's it. He tapped. Maybe it was a bad place for him after all. Oh. Okay, so Special left. I mean, what did he lose there? He lost 13 SCVs, 3 Hellions, a Cyclone, a Reaper. All right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough out of Special. Tapped out. Did not like how he defended that. Wanted to move into the next game. And once again, we have yet to see a Terran hold this. So I'm not sure if we're going to actually get there is the problem. All right, so let's wrap that up. Game number 6 is over. Game number 7 coming at you from Falcon Paladin. Game number 7 will be between Scarlett and Elazer on Habitation Station, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of the map, representing Poland, it is Elazer, the Blue Zerg player. And his opponent in the top left is the Red Zerg player, hailing from Canada, is the Red Zerg player, Scarlett. Alright, so ZVZ couldn't get away without doing one of these in our short games compilation. Man, turns out ZVZ can be pretty short sometimes. Pretty short indeed. One player goes pool first, the other one goes hatch first, and some things go wrong for that player, and bam, done. Over. Let's see if that's what happens here. Let's see if that is what happens here. I do love the crazy force fields around the Vespene geysers. I guess you just have to say geyser, don't you? Yes, you do. Elazer throwing a spawning pool down between the 2 geysers. Hard for Lings to surround and kill. I kind of like that placement, actually. And, oh, same thing out of Scarlett. Wow. These guys, these players know what they are doing. All right, so Scarlett is throwing down a pool going for a hatch. It sure looks like it. And meanwhile, Elazer maybe to take this gold instead. Oh, he is. He's sending the drone up the ramp. Here it comes. Ta-da! Ta-da! Here comes the drone. Gonna try to throw it down. Obviously, a Sloverlord here for Scarlett does see that because, duh, on this, it's 2-player map. You know an Overlord from your opponent is going to come over here pretty darn shortly. So both players going for early extractor pools here. It looks like Elazer's gas is a lot earlier than Scarlett's, though. So he will have speed more quickly. He'll have Banelings more quickly as well, I suppose. All right, what do we got? We got Overlords slow moving out that way. We got hatcheries coming up as well. Nobody really doing much of anything at this point. No drone scouts, that's for sure. And the question is, can Elazer live long enough that this gold base will actually help him? And Considering this is the short games compilation, the answer to that question may very well be no. May very well be no. A couple slow lings moving out across the map here, being lit up by all sorts of spotlights on this map. Look how many weird, like, glowy things there are here. There's little chambers filled with minerals and chambers filled with flowers and all sorts of things. 2 lings from Scarlett moving out here as well. Drones trying to transfer on out to the gold base, and she lets those go. Scarlett says, you know what? I can't kill them all, obviously, with my lings, so we're going to attack these lings instead. Ling v Ling action. Both red and blue have one very low HP ling. At this point in time, they all decide to run away. Run the heck away right about now. Now, who's doing... Baneling's coming up for a laser. No Baneling Nest from Scarlett. Could spell doom. Could spell doom not to have Banelings when your opponent does, is the thing here. So, injured ling for Scarlett makes it all the way back home without dying. Babysitting every unit that you have is kind of the sign of a good player, as it turns out. That's something Innovation does, something Beyond does, something Polt does. Is just keep your stuff alive. Even if it's just one ling, even if it's just one Marine, that can make a big difference in the long run of this match. So speed just kicked in for a laser. Baneling Nest coming up as well. He's got Banelings morphing in somewheres. Where are they? Oh, okay, south here, interestingly enough. So I'm going to try to sneak on in. Lings get inside, taking down all of the defensive lings of Scarlett's. There's a Spine Crawler coming up, but it's not there yet. Baneling coming in, exploding. Baneling trying to find something to kill for a laser. Can't quite do it. Just going to hang out until it is needed, I suppose. Oh, the queens are gone. The Spine Crawler getting surrounded and killed as well. This drone is desperately trying to save it. Nope. Scarlett calls the GG. Laser is victorious. And Scarlett has left the game. Holy shamoly. Whew. Yep, that was it. Ling's Banes. Did Scarlett even make a Baneling Nest? She did not. She was trying to hold this with a wall, right? She was trying to get up Evolution Chamber, Spine Crawler's Queens, and hold it. Holding Bane for a while, but nope, couldn't do it. There was a hole there. The Queens couldn't pull it off. The Spine Crawler was late. The Banelings got there earlier than she expected. And Elazer pulled it off. He did have a bunch of workers over here, so I think that gold base did eventually help him in the long run. And by the long run, I mean in the last 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Okay, so let's move on into the final game of the Short Games compilation. It's going to be game number 8 in just a second. Game number 7 of Falcon Paladin's Short Games Compilation 2017 will be between Innovation and Master here on Echo, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Innovation, hailing from the nation of Korea. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Master from Dust Gaming and the nation of Brazil. So here we go. TVP. Red versus blue here on Echo, the latter edition. Protoss has some representation at last. I know your Protoss fans are watching, but man, let me tell you what, not many short games featuring Protoss. I don't know what it is. It's like, I know Protoss feels underpowered right now. I've heard the complaints. I definitely have, but you're not dying in 3 minutes apparently, because I can't find those games in Nation Wars, as it turns out. So it looks like a Reaper expand coming in here from Innovation. Can't imagine why it would be anything different out of this specific Terran player. Meanwhile, Protoss land, we do have the gateway coming up again, close to home, because this is the place where Reapers come. This is the place where Widowmine drops happen. This is the place where straight up drops happen. And so if you can protect all of that in this area using pylons and photon overcharge, you're going to be happy about it. But you do have to expand. You do have to expand is the problem. So one gate expand here out of Master. Innovation, based on that rally point, I'd say this a Reaper, and this Reaper's name is Jeremy. Oh, he switched. What? You saw that? Didn't you see that? You saw that. That was a Reaper for about a split second, and then he canceled it and threw a Marine there instead. Innovation, you tease. You tease. Why would you do that to us? Why would you do it? Expansion Command Center coming down for Innovation here. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too cray-cray about that. Makes his single Marine. Probe tries to scout up here. Let me guess. Lift? Yep. Terran players always do that. They always wait until the probe's at the top of the ramp and then they lift the supply depot. It's hilarious. Probe ends up dead as the Marine takes it out. Can't scout inside this main base, sucker. There's nothing to see anyway, though. Although a factory is now coming up in the meantime. Double assimilator here from Master. Got a Stalker on the way, not being Chrono Boost. Mind you, is getting Warp Gate research. He is not. He is not, in fact, getting Warp Gate research. Is he planning on, like, Stargate opening here? I'm Ron Burgundy. Maybe. What are you... Okay, there's Warp Gate. It's coming up. All right. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I honestly cannot tell you. Refinery here for innovation, taking to the other refinery as well for the second one of the day. Factory coming on up. And what do we got? We got Marines heading on down south. We got Stalkers heading on up north. We got ourselves a robotics facility coming in from a master. What is the Doctor Who reference? You think they have Doctor Who in Brazil? I bet they do. I bet they have Doctor Who in Brazil. Widow Mine coming in for innovation with a starport follow-up. So this, why did that mule just came off the line, stood there and died for a second. That reminds me of Westworld. Robots doing weird stuff, as mules are in fact robots. They are in fact those very things. Twilight Council coming in for Master as well, whether it's for Archons or for Blink or for Charge, we don't know, but they're very useful buildings, especially against a Terran player who is as scary as innovation is. So we got Marines heading on the top of this ramp, waiting for Stalkers to come up so they can kill them. More Marines coming to join the fight, and a medevac in production right away. Did not throw a reactor on that at all. Just throwing a straight up medevac there. Got Widow Mines coming in at the same time. And what are we doing? Where are we going here? It's going to be some kind of a drop. Master's going to have to hold this. He knows it's coming. That's the hard thing, right? For Protoss, you're like, I know this is coming. I know a drop is coming to murder me. And I must be prepared for it. I must be equally aware of my natural base as I am my main base. I must watch every corner for something to come kill me, whether it's Marines or Widow Mines. I sometimes cannot tell. Did those Marines come back? The Marines came back home for innovation. I thought they would be involved in this attack, but it appears they are not. Dark Shrine coming up, getting a Warp Prism as well, so possibly some Archon drop action out of Master. That would be fun to see. Would be fun to see indeed. All right, so Medevac trying to sneak on in here. Oh, 2 Widow Mines on the inside. This natural base might be in a lot of trouble. Ready, set, go, burrow. Why did you bring in? All right, 3 probes. Could have been worse. Late photon overcharge. Widow Mines are alive to be picked up, and retreated Stalkers show up a little bit late. So again, could have been worse. Could have absolutely just been a massacre of Master's probes, but instead it was not. So for that, he is thankful. Taking another refinery at his natural base is innovation. Soon to have 3 refineries, which is a good place to be. And a 3rd Nexus coming up for Master. I like this in the triplet, in the location just north of his main. Boom. Warp Prism here. He is taking those DTs. Going to turn him into an Archon, or he's just going DT drop? He might just be going DT drop right here, which could be good, considering innovation currently has an approximate number of 0 missile turrets. There we go. One's coming up. He heard me. He was like, I didn't have a missile turret. That is correct. You did not. You do now, though. Coming on over, Marines and Marauders trying to shoot these out of the air. DT's coming out. There's the scan. And the pickup and the retreat, getting out of the range. Trying to kill the SCV who was building that missile turret. Managed to get that one. Pick up, drop, and roll. Did he lose the one? He lost the one. He lost the one. DT is still here, trying to kill as many SCVs as possible. There's a missile turret here, but in a weird location. Stay out of range. Stay out of range of the Marines. There we go. 5 kills to his name, but he only has a total of 3 hit points, and he dead now. There's the scan. There is the scan. There must have been a Widow Mine drop somewhere there, but okay, so killed 3 more probes. Whatever, not a huge stinking deal. It is 44 to 47 Harvesters. Our Protoss player is up at this point in time, but here comes a Marine Marauder push. They've got +1 on the way. They've got Concussive Shell on the way. Do they have Stim? They do, in fact, have Stim, and Medevac support, a single Medevac supporting this. 2 more trailing behind. They should be involved here eventually. So Marine Marauder with +1. Look at this timing. He gets there just about exactly on time, and Sentry's throwing down force fields. Photon overcharge as well. Oh, is that an Immortal that just died? I think that was an Immortal that just got killed there. Stalkers versus this group. Not a great place to be, Stalkers, as part of this group. Picking off a Medevac, though. That was pretty good. That was pretty good news, but Stalker count is just absolutely dwindling down to a total number of 0, and that's it. A good game out of Master. Master is defeated, and Innovation is victorious. So I apologize, Protoss fans, for not finding a Protoss win among this short game compilation, but compilation. But if you can find me one, right, like a Protoss Pro win that is shorter than 6 or 7 minutes, send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I'll cast it. I'll cast it for you. All right, so that's going to be it for our Pro Short Games Compilation 2017. Thanks for sticking around and watching this one with me. I know it got a little bit long, but hey, these are the fun ones. Am I right? Okay. So, anything else I need to say? Again, let me know if the quality was bad. Let me know if anything was weird and blurry as I moved around. I really need to know about that especially. And we'll try to figure this out together as a team. Okay, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.